Hey everyone, hey guys doing? Grugs here, Legion Tactical Cutlery. Welcome back once again, troops, legionnaires, new recruits to another Legion premiere. Today I got something pretty cool. New collaboration from a company called THRWCLUB. And they have a bunch of knives for throwing and axes too. So go check them out on Amazon. But they contacted me, asked me if I wanted to try out this knife and if I liked it to review it. So I like it. And what the hell, I mean, it's another good compact fixed blade knife that will definitely fit in your pocket like a pocket fixie. I don't particularly like the clip, but we're going to get into it. All right. So let's get into it. What's everybody carrying today? I've got my my 704 Fang here in D2 steel. Let me know what you guys are carrying. And veterans and active military, as always, really appreciate you all. I hope you enjoyed the video. Okay, so let's quickly go over some simple specs. Once again, this new collaboration is with a company called THRWCLUB. And it's a compact fixed blade. Overall length, 7.1 inch. Blade length, 3.2 inch. Blade material, 420C steel. Blade hardness, 55 to 58 HRC. Blade thickness, I measured this myself, 2.5 millimeters. Handle material is G10. Handle length, 3.9 inch. Weight, 3.84 ounce. Knife sheath is a Kydex sheath, okay, with a metal belt clip and features full tang lanyard, whole Kydex sheath and metal belt clip. Okay, very good. Let's take a quick look at this knife. I kind of like it. I guess technically that's a Wharncliffe. Is that a Wharncliffe? It's a very slight Wharncliffe type blade, but it kind of looks like a Wharncliffe to me. If not, it's a drop point. However, this is a nice little backup self-defense knife once again. I think it's 20 bucks. Don't quote me. I'll leave the link in the description. 420C steel. Feels pretty sturdy. I'm pressing down on this blade. It's not like it's flexing that much. But to do some simple stuff or for defense, I don't think you're going to go wrong here. It is sharp out of the box, for sure. I did cut some paper with it, and I'll show you in a second or two. But I love that blade. And there's that THRWCLUB logo, and then there's the 420C. It's completely satin, nicely sharpened. There you go, full tang goodness. It's really nice, man. I think that this is a very direct and get to the point type of blade, and it's very small. It'll definitely fit in your pocket for a pocket fixie. I'm going to show you the sheath in a second, but I love that. I love that blade. I love that blade. Very nice. Now, some of you may or may not like this 420C steel. I don't think there's anything wrong with this. I mean, I'd have to use it long term, but for self-defense reasons, for 20 bucks, I'll take it, It's pretty nice. It's a pretty nice, self-defense blade, in my opinion. Let's check out this handle real quick now. It's a nice G10, flush throughout the whole blade, and handle. I mean, you could definitely use this as a hunting blade, bird and trout type knife. This is really nice to take out hunting, Handle scales are removable. It's got 2 lanyard holes if you want to get a lanyard on here. Full tang goodness. It's full tang. For my hand, again, this for a pocket fixie, even if you have big hands, if this is nice for a pocket fixie, this will do you. But if you're going to carry it and you're kind of worried about how big the handle is. This may or may not be for you, so you're really not going to get more than 4 fingers on here. But it's a small blade, compact carry, you know. Very, very nice. But for me, you know, I kind of like the way it feels. And even in this hammer grip feel, I can guarantee that you hunters will like this. It's nice and pointy, so you'll be able to, you know, it's sharp enough to remove some of the fur off the belly, and then you've got a nice point that you could just, you know, pinch the skin, dig in a little bit, and then zip right up the belly without touching the stomach, you know, of the deer. Cut the, you know, cut the esophagus, etc. With this blade, I see no issue with this knife as a hunting tool. I think it's brilliant, actually. I mean, I could see this really digging into the knuckles. You know, I mean, at the very least, if you wanted to quarter it, I think you could with this knife if you're out in the field. But no doubt that I guarantee you can gut a deer with this blade. Field dress this deer with this blade. Very, very nice. Let's take a look. Just put that down in the center here. Let's take a quick look at the sheath, okay? High quality Kydex sheath right here. Very, very nice. It is a taco style. Unfortunately, it doesn't have the rivet holes on the top, and I'll tell you why. Unfortunate. It's got one of these clips here, these metal belt clips, only capable for upright carry on this Kydex sheath. Okay, not scout. I mean, this would be perfect for scout. So if you had a metal belt clip like this, because I carry this metal belt clip for scout, I mean, you really can't do that unless you're left-handed with this. I'm not sure how it would work out, but see how that pancake style gives you a little bit more versatility, where the taco style does not give you the versatility for the different type of carry. What you can do is get one of those mini tech locks, but it'll bulge out a little bit. But for me, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this off and just use it as a pocket fixie. Let me just pop this knife in here real quick. There we go. No up and down play, no side to side play. It's not going to come out, you know. The only thing I wish it did have was a bit more of a thumb ramp here, but as it is, and with this pinched area, you can just use your thumb to push off, and you've got rapid deployment out of your pocket or however you want to carry this. But this is the sheath. All right, so let me show you now a little bit of the sharpness of this knife. Just get a piece of paper. Okay. I know some of you are going to doubt 420C. It's not the greatest, it's not the greatest, it's not the greatest, but I am slicing through this paper like butter. So imagine what you could do with a deer. And hey, look, man, you know, every knife that I personally take into the field, I carry my Work Sharp field guide. Hopefully you have something of your own. I think that this 420C will last. Now, I won't know until I test it out, you know, but I don't see any problem of this steel maintaining its edge for a little while, especially gutting a deer. Let me try to do just a little bit of feathering. Now, I did hurt my wrist, for those who don't know. I slipped on some mud, went horizontal backwards, and just started feeling better after a couple of days. So I'm going to do my best to try and, let me get rid of these over here, try and show you a little bit of, there we go, look at that, nice. You can see it's making the curls, so you can definitely do a little bit of woodwork. This might be a decent little bushcrafter, you know? It might be a decent little bushcrafter. I just don't know how long, you know, 420C edge retention is going to last. I think this is one of the first 420C knives I own, or I just don't remember. I might have had the Orla knives. They maybe a couple of those that I've tested might be 420C. I just don't remember, but not a bad little knife, especially if you just want something for self-defense. Very inexpensive. Let me just quickly check to see how much this is. Hold on a second, troops. 1 second. Yep, okay, it is 20 bucks right there. I have this on a, it's charging, so, but it's 20 bucks. Not a bad price. If you just want something to, you know, just to keep, you don't have to have something expensive in your pocket. Again, backup knife for self-defense. You could swap out that metal clip if you want to carry something on the small of your back, or in a scout position, you put a different you know, type of belt clip on here. I think for the money, for the price, and you know what I'm just seeing about what I'm doing with paper and wood, I don't think it's such a bad tool here. And you know, for backup self-defense, if you carry a handgun, this is a nice little backup tool. I think it's really, really nice, and I hope that once my wrist heals, all right, because I did fall, hurt myself. Once my wrist heals, I want to test this out, give it a go, you know? I want to do a little bit of batoning with this. I want to see what it'll do out in the field, you know what I mean? I have no doubt that this will take care of game, meat, do a little processing, cut up some vegetables, fruits, hard salami. I think this will do you justice, you know? And again, it is wicked, wicked sharp. So, all right, troops, there you go. I hope you enjoyed this small video. Again, I'm going to be doing some tabletops for a little while. Due to my wrist, I really can't do any hard use. I'm a little nervous with the baton and you know, all the vibration from the bang, and my wrist is still not healed. So it'll be a little while. For right now, it'll be some tabletops. Troops, Legionnaires, new recruits, thanks for taking a look at this. Let me know what you think about this knife. I think for 20 bucks, this knife is pretty good. It's a nice high quality knife with a decent quality sheath. And that's it, man. Thanks very much. Let me bring awareness to somebody. Hashtag 22 a day. Hashtag 22 a day no more. There are veterans in active military. Once they get out of the service, they do face a lot of challenges. Unfortunately, one of these challenges is suicide. So when we're done here, go check out the comment section. Go check out the description section. There will be phone numbers you can call, websites that you can surf. Heartfelt message from Martin Miller, a Legionnaire on this channel, also a Vietnam veteran. Please seek the help you all have earned and deserve. Troops, Legionnaires, new recruits, thanks again. At the ready, hold the line. Take care.